Tori's all snuggled up. It's a good day to do it. It's another cloudy, overcast, and foggy day here in Michigan. None of that matters because I'm going to be doing my workout inside. So today would be the long run, but I'm going to spend my time on my bike indoors as I have for the last couple of weeks. Hopefully it won't be more than another week or two before I can get back out running again. I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, so the format for today is to go for 90 minutes. So an hour and a half with 10 minutes to cool down. So, in total, an hour and 40 minutes is what's on tap for today. We've had a pretty good discussion about heart rate and how my heart rate zones for me. And I know for some of you, this isn't true. But for me, my heart rate zones are different, according to Garmin, when I'm riding my bike or when I'm running. And I found that to be really interesting. But one of the things that came out of the conversation, so if you guys don't comment on these videos or you haven't seen the comments on the video where we're talking about, a lot about heart rates, you might want to check that out. I thought it was a really good conversation to have. But what it kind of made me think about is, get my phone to call back up here, is what heart rate zone should I really be looking at when I'm doing my cycling indoors for the long run? Because the long run is all about, building endurance, stamina, base building. And when I'm running, according to Garmin, my easy heart rate zone, and I got to scroll all the way back down here. I had it called up, but then I moved my phone around and it kind of jostled around. Okay, so my easy zone, which is zone 2, when I run, according to Garmin, it starts at 131 beats per minute, goes to 143 beats per minute. Now, if I were to call up a cycling, one of my cycling activities and look at those heart rate zones, that would be considerably lower. But what I'm thinking is that, your heart rate is your heart rate. Doesn't matter what you're doing, it still should be the same. So I think I'm going to go with what they have prescribed or what they have set for zones for running on my bike today. So those are the numbers I'm going to try to stay within. And gosh darn it, every time I set my phone down, it wants to do its own thing. Okay, so I'm scrolling down quickly to try to get quickly back to the heart rate zone. So I'm going to try to stay, I think, within that 131 to 143 beats per minute riding my bike today. And we'll see how that goes. That's got to be much closer to reality when I run. So, and that's what I want. I want to try to mimic running, the activity of running, the best that I can on my bike. And, it's worked out for me in the past. It's not ideal. I'll grant you that. This is not my first choice. I love biking and cycling as a part of the marathon training program, but not the whole part. So, hopefully I'll be back out running soon. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I got to get my bike around and get set up here, and we're going to get into this one for an hour and 40 minutes in total. Again, an hour and 30 minutes. I'm going to try to keep my heart rate in that heart rate zone that Garmin has set for me for running. So again, a little bit higher. That means I'll probably be up out of the saddle a good part of this, hour and 30 minute bike ride. So we're going to see how it goes. Hey, I'm not afraid to try something new and to pivot and do things a little differently if I think that's what's going to help me achieve my goals. So, all right, let's get into this one. Whew. Got to take care of my yoga mat. Probably going to have to move Tori. She's so snuggled in there. She just looks adorable in there. And I know she's really comfortable, and she hasn't been at her best. She hasn't been feeling well. So it's, I hate to move her, but I'm going to have to because this is the space that I use when I'm riding my bike. Because it's right in front of the television where I can call up a couple different workouts, go for 60 minutes, maybe call up another 60-minute workout and get the majority of the way through that one before calling it a wraps on today's workout. All right, I'm going to get into it. We'll talk more here in a minute. the other day I had taken my heart rate monitor off, my chest strap off, because it wasn't working properly. And I took it apart and I saw that there was some corrosion or gunk, I guess, that had gotten in there and was on the contact points of the battery. So I cleaned that off and put it back together, and it seems to be working pretty well at this point. So I'm back with the heart rate, or the chest strap heart rate monitor on again today. All right, with that, I'm going to let you go for now. So I was only about, I don't know, 6-7 minutes into this, and I had to jump off my bike for a second to help out Tori. As you guys know, I give Tori medication that you rub inside of her ears, you alternate ears from one day to the next. But anyway, the medication is designed to help stimulate her appetite. And what the vet said is that basically anytime she acts hungry, try to give her food. So she just came down the stairs kind of squawking at me a little bit. So I figured she was probably hungry. So I had to jump off the bike and try to give her some food. Okay, but we're back at it now. Hey, it's all part of life. And, we just go with the flow. Go with the flow. Back at it. Gotta get a drink. Okay. So I'm 45 minutes in. So I got another 45 to go, plus 10 to cool down. Staying at that resistance level 8, 70 RPMs has worked out pretty well. My heart rate, when I look down at my watch, seemed to be around in the 140s. So I suspect it'll be probably, for the average for the workout, somewhere in the high 130s, maybe. But hopefully still within the easy zone, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to take about 90 seconds here, just to kind of put my body in a different position. And then I'll crank up the resistance, come up out of the saddle, turn my legs over right around 70 RPM for probably another 20 minutes. I will sneak a drink whenever I can throughout that 20-minute period, because it's easy to get dehydrated here in my living room, because I don't have any kind of breeze coming at me. I don't have a fan turned on, which is my fault. I have a fan, I just didn't set it up. So, you can get warm pretty fast. Too fast. All right, I'm gonna let you go for now, and we'll talk more in a little bit. Whew. Okay, so I am 65 minutes in. Got another 25 minutes in the workout, and then I'll spin my legs for 10 minutes to cool down after. I feel like I'm staying within that easy zone. Again, the easy zone, or the heart rate zones that Garmin has set for me for running and not cycling, because they are different. They are different. But this doesn't seem to be overly taxing. So I'm going to keep pushing forward. So I'm going to turn my legs over for, minute, 90 seconds. Just long enough to get a drink and to check in with all of you. All right. Time to finish this one out. So that hour and 30 minutes is up. Oh my goodness. My legs did get tired there toward the end. I got 10 minutes to cool down, and then that'll be it for this workout. Oh, man, I need to get a drink. I did fortunately bring a little bit more water with me than I did the last few times, and I felt like I'd run out, so I had my little handheld. This holds about, I don't know, a full bottle of water, 17 ounces, somewhere in that neighborhood. Glad to have it on board with me today. All right, another workout is in the books. So again, the workout was to go for an hour and 30 minutes, 10 minutes to cool down, which I did. It's interesting though, on Merrick, it says I went an hour and 39 minutes and 2 seconds. Not sure what the discrepancy was there, but anyway, we're going to call it an hour and 40. That's what Garmin had it at. So the total distance was 46.21 kilometers for today's workout. Average power was 251.2 with an average resistance of 8. So as I mentioned earlier, I was using the heart rate zones for running as opposed to cycling to try to stay in that easy zone. I think that's probably what I'm going to try to do going forward. The real challenge will be when I try to do threshold work, because the threshold for me, for my heart rate running, starts at, well, it's really strange, right? It says 160 to 161 beats per minute. That's it. That's the whole range. 160 to 161 is considered to be threshold. So it was difficult for me to get up to that threshold level. On my bike just today, I noticed, once in a while it would creep up there if I kind of lost focus. I was turning my legs over a little faster than I was intending to. But still, to get it to that narrow of a range or that high for very long might prove to be challenging. But I think I'm gonna try to give it a go anyway. I don't know. I'll be interested to hear you guys' thoughts on that. But either way, I know that I got a solid workout, and I think that's what counts the most. Okay. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it for you. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. All right. Oh, my goodness. What a heartbreaker yesterday for all of us Lions fans here in Michigan. But what a season, though. What a season. This is the first time in 30-some years that we made it to a playoff game. And to play for the NFC Championship, that was a big deal. It was a big deal. So kudos to the Lions for making it that far, and I look forward to next year. Maybe we can go all the way. All right, I gotta go take a shower.